Let's change the conversation now as we bring in Professor Patrick Muogogbare. He's the Commissioner for Higher Education in Delta State. He's an indigene of Uweru, a community that is heavily impacted by the rampaging activities of Fulani herdsmen. He will be talking to us on the herdsmen invasion in the state, as well as updates of coronavirus and its impact on education in Delta State. Thank you so much, Mr. Commissioner, for joining us on Newsday today. Great to have you.
Yes, good afternoon.
Thank you.
Let me begin by asking you, just paint a picture for us on this situation of invasion of herdsmen, because this is not the first time we're hearing of this in Delta State.
Well, the rampaging activities of the killer herdsmen is they are annual events, if I would say, or annual rituals. We are dealing with two different sets of persons. There's a group that is nomadic and unstable in nature. There's a group that is stable and owns permanent farmlands. These other ones do not own farmlands, but ravage farmlands. Now, the herdsmen believe that every piece of land in Nigeria belongs to them and their cows, whereas the farmers down south believe that the ancestral lands are meant for them to farm on exclusively, unless they voluntarily give it to somebody else to farm. Our occupation is farming, majorly, down south of Nigeria, where their own occupation is partly farming and partly herding. But God has blessed them, unless they do not appreciate the blessings of God. God has given us vast farmlands, vast land to farm on, and vast land to graze on. So we wonder why they want to come down south, that has very little land, to take over and graze. We just see that there's something sinister about it. Worst of all, they don't just come to graze. They come to graze, they come to maim, they come to kill, they come to rape and dispossess. This is rather unacceptable to people, and they are crying to high heaven. Something has to be done very urgently before the situation gets out of control. It's almost getting out of control. That's the situation on ground right now.
All right, Professor, is there any truth to it? Some people in Delta State are saying that the spate of kidnapping in the states is also linked to some of these herdsmen, that they've not just gone about ravaging places and crops and farmlands, but they've also delved their hand into the dastardly act of kidnapping. Is this true?
Please come again.
I want to hear from you. There are reports that these herdsmen have also delved into kidnapping. Is there any truth to the statement?
Certainly. 90% of the kidnappings in Delta states are attributable to herdsmen. One, they've taken over the place, they've taken over the security in the place, they've overwhelmed the security, so they do what they like. And because they have no love for the people they are terrorizing, they can do anything to them. Take their land, rape their women, rape their daughters, destroy their crops, kidnap for ransom. Certainly they are involved. They are the key actors and players in kidnapping in Delta State, where I come from.
But isn't this a failure on the part of government to secure lives and property of its citizens? If you also have admitted that this has become, unfortunately, almost a yearly occurrence, would you say that the consistent failure of the government to push for prosecution of those found guilty is responsible for this menace?
Thank you very much. When you talk of government, you are talking of government in three tiers: the federal government, the state, and the local government. Only one government has security agencies, and that is the federal government. Yes, constitutionally, the state governor is the chief security officer of the state, but it's a lame duck position. A chief security officer who has no control over the police, no control over the civil defense, no control over the army, no control over the navy, no control over the air force. Each of these agencies take directives from the federal government. They take directives from Abuja. I may remind you of what happened in Benue State. when the State House of Assembly enacted an anti-grazing law, and it was duly assented to by the governor. The police commissioner had the audacity and the temerity to say it on air that he would not execute that law. We've heard it said severally. Of course, in Rivers State, the governor gave the directive on the curfew, and the police commissioner said he would not carry out that order, but rather will carry out the order of the federal government. So people are confused. Who is actually in charge of security in the state? Constitutionally, it is the governor. But in reality, it is not the governor. In reality, it is not the governor anywhere in Nigeria. Security has been hijacked by the federal government. The apparatus for security has been hijacked by the federal government from the state governors. That is it about what is expected of the state governors. So actually, the herdsmen are giving the state governors a run for their popularity.
And that brings me to my next question, because the governor did reveal a while back plans to launch a state security outfit codenamed Operation Delta Hawk. What has become of that plan for a state security outfit, and where does this actually leave the proposed South-South regional security outfit, which was meant to deal with such issues as herdsmen and kidnapping in the South-South region?
Yes, I'm happy to tell you that Operation Delta Hawk is ongoing. There will be recruitment soon. But you know, in everything we do in Delta State, we are legal. The law has to be passed, and then plans have to be made. You remember, I remind you of Amoteku in the West. It took quite a long time for Amoteku to be announced. Even after the announcement, some months ago, they are about just recruiting. After the announcement, there was a law that had to be passed by each of the state houses of assembly and to be assented to by the governor. They've gone beyond that stage now. Is the stage of recruitment. We are going to the stage, of course, of passing a law. And then the second question you ask, it does not in any way disturb the arrangement of the South-South region for their own security. It is expected, actually, that in a federation or in a federal government, of course, you have the federal police, the state police, and the local government police. And I want to remind you that most of the laws that are executed by the police, by the federal police, are state laws. Kidnapping, arson, rape, murder, and all of that are state laws. Yet, the same federal government will say that the state that can enact a law for robbery cannot have a police force that should implement that law. Oh, it's very, very unfortunate. And of course, what this leads to is agitation. See, when you see various agitations for self-determination, they arise from an attempt by the federal government to beat heavily down the people, down the necks of the people, to oppress the people, as it were, to make sure that the second tier of government, state government, does not exist. The third tier does not even exist. Just a unitary central government, not a federal government anymore. And that is not good for us. It's unacceptable to us. That's why you have the pockets of agitation from different regions of the country, from the west, from the southeast, from the south-south. They are different. Even the middle belt. Only of recent, the Arewa elders, that's the northern elders, have come to realize that security in Nigeria has collapsed. When herdsmen were killing out, they rejoiced about it because it didn't concern them. Now there is no boundary to the killings in Nigeria. Boko Haram has taken over the northeast, bandits have taken over the northwest, and then Fulani herdsmen have taken over south, southeast, and the middle belt, and of course southwest. So that is where we are right now.
All right, Prof. We heard that there was a 7-day quit directive being given by the chairman of the Oshimini North local government in your state, and several people under the aegis of the Muslim herdsmen came out and were protesting that some of these allegations were malicious, that there are some miscreants and some people who have actually engaged in this, that most of the herdsmen in Delta states are not criminals, has been touted by several people in the state. I
will counter by saying most of the herdsmen operating in Delta state are criminals. I will say that categorically. We live in Delta State and we see them. We experience it. They will invade schools and kill teachers and students. They will invade churches and rape. They will invade farmlands, take over the farmlands and build their huts there. Now, coming back to the Oshimili South thing, if you are coming to a territory, you behave as is demanded by that territory. There is somebody in charge of Oshimili South, for God's sake, and that's the chairman, whose responsibility it is to protect life and property of indigenes or citizens of that local government. And he has seen it that these herdsmen are terrorists. They've taken over the forests. So his own soldiers cannot go to farm anymore. And yet he cannot employ everybody in the local government secretariat. He must do something before there will be a revolt against him. When Southerners go to the north, they know the things that are forbidden in the north, particularly in the Fulani Muslim area. Alcohol is forbidden. The Yoruba man is very good at brewing ogogoro. No Yoruba man goes to the north to brew ogogoro because it is forbidden there. Ogogoro can be brewed from sugarcane juice. So why don't we go there to brew it? It's very, very profitable. But the people forbid it and we respect it. Why do they respect our own? Why would they do that? Because they see us as second-class citizens. But there's a limit beyond which you cannot oppress the people. We have gotten to that limit now, and we are beginning to realize that we have been too foolish for too long.
Okay. Professor, just before we let you go, as the Commissioner for Higher Education in Delta State, what's been the impact of coronavirus on education in the state? What are the plans for resumption? If you can answer me in 30 seconds, please.
Well, education, that's what coronavirus has given us a setback in education in Delta State. And when it comes to the issue of resumption, we have to watch the situation first. Because we know of many countries that rush to resume and then the thing spiked with no money. So that's where we are for now.
All right, thank you so much,
Many
Professor
thanks to you, sir.
Muogogbare, Commissioner for Higher Education in Delta State. Thank you so much for being on Newsday.